One day later. Tea. And we'll let that steep for a little while. And of total amazement of this little heat differential engine that I chose from the Bang Good online catalog was this little heat differential engine. Simply amazing. That's all it takes. You know, for all my tea steeps, it's simply amazing, and they're really cheap. And well, what you see is what I see. I rate the thing very good. I will give you, knowing a couple things about these right here. I've done already built some in the past, and just kind of looking this one over here now, as this is like the first time I've ever really got serious with it. And you've seen how much temperature it takes to run it with just a thermos of hot water and a tea bag. The engine runs equally well. They run equally well on the cold. It's heat differential, hot and cold. So they run on ice as well as heat. But a couple of things in the workmanship on this right here, you know, it's just, it's basic. You know, stampings, those are stainless steel uprights there. That's a stainless steel thing down there. You know, they're just stampings is all they are. It's an efficient way to do things. And then they look like a little rivet-like thing on each end there with a cup in it that crankshaft goes across there and pivots in that. Okay, that's where that when you get one of these things right here, I can tell you this right here from the past, and just so happened when I put this one in there, it has the right tension. But the secret to heat differential engines is trying to achieve zero friction to the point you wouldn't want to oil this. Heavyweight oil would probably stop it. But just looking down in there, the alignment of everything is the little rods are in perfect center on the throw on the little crankshaft there. You know, it's true. The flywheel is running very true. Bang Good. I'll recommend this. Even though the box, where is that box at? Even, oh yeah, the little displacer, you know, the little displacer wapering unit and the power cylinder over there, that being the power cylinder, and that's the displacer. But it's quite nice. Very educational. I would recommend everyone interested in anything mechanical have one of these sitting on your desk. Make yourself a cup of tea, hot coffee. But the only concern I had early on, and I was worried about it, when I opened up, you seen the video, when I opened it up, this box had been crushed, and the two little uprights right there was actually visible through the box. Now, and if you look inside, you know, something was on the bottom down, you know, rubbed a hole in it. Now, I'm not complaining because the unit got here with no damage whatsoever. It's in perfect condition. So, with that being that, the package was ample enough. But there was borderline, that's all I'm going to say about that. That was a cup of hot tea right there when, there's a tea bag in there. When I left the house down there, that was, well, it'll be a test for sure. But I think it's the correct procedure and proper operating. Banggood.com, choosing from Banggood.com's website catalog. They told me to choose something, and they'd send it to me, and I could test it and see if it was any good. And so I choose this right here from their own line. It came all the way from China. I would be amiss to try to even pronounce that. But I'm by no means any better at reading Chinese when I first perused this shipping label as I am now. It's also in Chinese and in American too, I think, or whatever you call that. But that's not it got here all the way from that factory over there to my door right here, and this is what I got. This is what they sent. Oh yeah. Well, little thing right there. Shipping label. But this is, and that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a shipping label. And you're going to get this thing wrapped up in that stuff right there, 2 layers of it, and it looks to me like it's the good stuff. You know, that's all I know about that. But it says, wow, I can understand, I can read that, and it's got that and that and that. But it's really had a rough time, you know, like it looks like a accordion. Now this is honest, well, that's part number on the bottom right there. Made in China. But now this is what I got, you know, to be an honest evaluation, no tricks or trickery or fakery or anything here. But now the box is damaged quite heavily. So it's a differential engine is what it is. Well, I hope it's not damaged. But this is what you're going to be getting. Well, I hope it's not damaged. And it isn't. Oh, that's really nice. Well, that's very good right there. You know, whoever made that, whatever country made that, that's very good on first inspection. You know what? I'm impressed with that already. Well, that's really pretty. It's round on the outer edge and it's quite heavy. Should run good. And actually, the construction right here is, I think it's really complicated to make this here. Because what they did is, that's one piece of metal, and the outer edge is rolled over, and that's one piece of metal with a rollover. You know, I would be interested to know how they did that. Mr. Pete probably knows. But let's get the other part out. Oh yeah, and this part right here was the part that was, now I'm going to show you. Both of those parts were sticking out the side of the box right there. And then on the back part, there's a gouge back there quite deep. Oh, I hope it's not damaged. Oh, it's not. Perfect condition so far. Oh yeah. So, well packed up to now. You know, with this bubbly wrap stuff. And, well, it's got one of these little things. I've built these from scratch before to working condition. It's quite interesting, the little thing. The little linkage. So, and let's see what else we got before we go any further. You know, this is it. That's all. So, oh yeah, Chinese. Chinese. I can't read a word of it. But on the other side, oh yeah, look at it, I can read all that. That's pretty cool right there, the way they did that. So, I think it tells you what to do. Well, it actually don't tell you nothing. Oh, assembly. Put wheel onto stand feet, adjust stand tightness to make the wheel as free to turn. Working. Put machine on fill hot water cup, machine will work. So, with that, we put this here. Oh, you know what I mean? It don't even have a piston in it. It's sitting there running for 30 seconds. How cool is that? I think you've been good so far, you know what I mean? No need to go any further than that right there. That's done amuse me, to be on. But we got this little thing to deal with. And, you know, they got something down in there to hold that little cross pin down in there, a little rod deal right there. And, oh yeah, we're going to have to put that in there before we put that in there. You know what I mean? It's, I'm pretty sure. And it might be that there is a correct way. Like, well, it looks like a half of a C-clamp up there is what I'm talking about. Okay, you see that little clip thing there did that? Okay, that other one has to clip down in there like that. Oh yeah. Now, this other little little crank arm, it has to go. I'll show you. Okay, see it goes on that other throw down in there. Okay. Okay, it's fully assembled at this point. And the reason, I can tell you something. The reason I choose this little item is I wanted it to go in the library in there. And in the evening when I sat down to peruse a volume or two of some mechanical edition of something, I can set this on a cup of coffee. So without further ado, this cup of tea I laid in, oh, it's going to be good. And you know, it's been sitting on the sideboard there, so I'm not sure on the temperature, but we'll give it a try. Thumbs up, bang good. As my cup of tea cools down, I highly recommend this little toy. An education in temperature differential engines. I commend the workmanship, the design of this, whoever came up with it. But quite amazing, that just the temperature of that cup of tea on the bottom of that displacer that powers the engine. Oh, I would say that cup of tea was I recommend this bang good for sure. From here in Middle Tennessee, Shop Dog Sam. Heat differential engine. Out here in Middle Tennessee, Shop Dog Sam. Hey y'all, come on back. And we might do another core operation. Banggood.com. Test something else. Might even send in a request there. Let me run one of them little gasoline engines they got. Man, that's a neat little thing. I sure would like to score one of them. But in the meantime, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this little thing right here. You know what I mean? Go ahead and put your order in there. Banggood.com. Yeah, okay. Let's just check the functionality of this little machine. Oh yeah. Let's just see. Delicious tea. So, you know, I could actually recommend that little thing right there as a tea timer, because that's the perfect temperature right there. Thumbs up. Bang good. Banggood.com. Check them out. Get one of these little things on order.